Hour a
Oh,
cat.
I gotta take my glasses off. They hurt.
That's funny. Can you see? I was thinking about doing the same thing, and then I was like, I can't. I mean, I can see.
I can't see, but they hurt having the headphones and the glasses
Yeah,
on at the
I
same
agree
time.
with that. So you can't see my face.
Good chat.
Good chat. Good chat.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Alison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. Over the course of the next half an hour-ish, we are going to be bringing you some stories from the news. Some weird stories today.
Oh, yeah.
Very excited.
Good show, you guys.
Good show. And as always, we will be talking with the lovely and talented Tom Crafts.
Ooh, we're talking to me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Welcome.
Did you know you were lovely and talented?
Oh, thank you. I do now. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Nice
Appreciate it
job.
very much.
Nice job.
So it was my birthday yesterday.
It
Happy
was!
birthday, man.
Hey.
Well, not yesterday when the people are listening to this. It was your birthday
Oh, yeah.
on Friday.
Friday. Yay, Friday.
What did you do to celebrate?
Not much. Well,
Big day for
yeah,
you, huh?
yeah. So Heather, my wife, was out of town.
Okay.
Oh, that's
what a terrible...
she
what's
got
it-
in-
a great birthday.
She was working, and she got back
you're
into
the
She got back into town at 6, and my mom's birthday is the 21st, so next Friday. And so we do like a
Your
combo.
poor mother had to give birth a week before her birthday?
Yeah.
That was bad sex planning on your parents' part.
I don't know
Maybe-
if they had any sex planning. I think it was just like, hey, a baby.
Where did these come from?
Where do these come from? We grew up in the 60s. We don't know about sex. Anyway, so we do a combo birthday thing. So I went
Okay.
down to my sister's place in Ladera Ranch.
Okay.
And my mom was
Yesterday?
there. My dad was there.
on your birthday? Okay.
Yeah, on Friday.
Okay.
So went down and just had a little get together shindig, and then I picked Heather up actually at John Wayne Airport.
Oh.
So she just flew back into the OC. I picked her up. We had dinner, some presents.
What'd you get?
I got an old musket.
An old
I'm sorry,
musket?
what?
Yeah. So well, first
I
off,
believe that's a gun.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, it was. Yes. So first off, my gift was I got this really fancy Japanese chef's knife. Which I'm very, very jazzed
But you're
about.
not Japanese.
I am half Japanese
Okay.
and half chef.
Okay.
So
I don't
it
think
worked.
either of those are true.
No.
No.
But so I was really excited. I got this cool.
I love
Japanese...
that that's your gift, and then your like ancillary gift is a musket.
Yeah. Well, so it's actually a Mauser World War I rifle, bolt action rifle.
That's not a musket. Muskets
doesn't
used
work.
in like the
when
Civil
if
War?
I showed it to you, you'd be like, "It's a musket." I mean, yeah, it just looks like a musket.
Got it.
And so this was an item that we had growing up in the house, and it was always just super fun to play with because it was like
it's a gun.
it was and it was also totally like it doesn't work, like the firing
Right.
pins out, like all sorts of. It was de-gunified.
Uh-huh.
But the crazy story is, so in I guess like the 50s or late 50s, my grandmother, my dad's mom,
Okay.
was looking through the paper. They live in San Diego. Was looking through the paper, and she sees this little article that says we are like one of the major studios, like Warner Brothers, is getting rid of all guns because they used to use real guns, and and this
right.
thing is fucking heavy. And the actors were like, "I'm sorry, these are heavy. You know, we can make fake versions of
Yes.
these that are really light."
But then you're not really
Right?
emoting.
No, right. Well, they decided to do that, so they had all of these guns. They had like 500 guns, and they said, "We just want to get rid of these guns. So if you send us $20, we'll send you a gun that was
gun.
used in a movie."
$20? That's
Yeah.
it?
Well, it was also in 50.
Oh, yeah.
So you could have got a machine gun used by Betty Davis.
We could have
in a
gotten the
movie.
machine gun used by Betty Davis. We could have got
I'm
a
sorry,
Winchester
when
rifle.
did Betty
assume-
Davis use a
I
machine
assume
gun?
she must have used one at some point.
Yeah, she had machine gun eyes.
Yeah.
So they had no idea. It could have been like a John Wayne's Winchester from some movie. You know what I mean? Like they had no idea. So she just sort of on a whim sent in her $20, and this gun showed up. So it
Wow.
is. We've looked it up. It's like a 1870 something Mauser rifle. So it's this great German rifle. And just as a kid, it was cool because it was bolt action, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Big, substantial thing. So we just screw around with it. So my parents
sounds
gave it
not
to
safe.
me. So my parents gave it to me as like
Smart.
here's your thing. And then they gave me a book on the Mauser rifle
Oh,
and
that's
like
cool.
the history of the rifle and all that stuff.
Wow.
So it was super fun.
You
still
own a
want-
gun.
Yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
gun owner. Do you have to register that shit?
Nah, it doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
It's a prop gun,
Got
basically.
it. Yeah, that's a good thing.
I mean, it used to be a real rifle, but then it became
Right.
a prop gun.
Right. Got it.
I want Marilyn Monroe's Uzi. Didn't she use one?
What?
I don't know.
Tom,
I love it. I love it.
I'm trying to think of like.
It's just a funny visual. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of random stuff I've gotten for my birthday.
I also got a shirt, which was cool.
Does it match one of your 11
Rag
that
and
you bought
bone.
on?
No, long sleeve. It's long
Ooh.
sleeve, like the tunic style. Super cool.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Tunic style. It's got like the 4 buttons down the thing, Nehru collar.
Is that what
Sounds
tunic
fancy.
style is considered?
Yeah, because it looks like a tunic.
I'm with
tunic to
Allison.
me-
I don't-
yeah,
yeah.
what?
I mean, it's just not flowing and like
yeah, that's what I mean. A
bulky,
tunic to me
but
feels like a
tunic is-
poncho or something.
Yeah, but
like that.
tunic is like long sleeve, no collar. You know, like
Oh.
no collar, and then the 4 or 5 buttons.
I honestly would have just called that a shirt, not a tunic.
I did call it a shirt, and then
I
you were
know.
like, "Is it like one of your t-shirts?" And I was like, "That's not a t-shirt; it's a tunic.
It's a
It's an Allen tunic." I'm gonna call it my Allen tunic.
Guys, I'm hungover.
Yeah. So you were drinking for like.
So, by the way, thank you for celebrating my birthday
I
with
totally
such vigor.
celebrated your birthday.
What the hell?
A buddy of mine who we hadn't had a chance to hang out in a little while, we decided, like, I had a shoot yesterday that was ending at 3, so I was like, and it was downtown. I was like, why don't you meet me downtown and we'll get like a happy hour drink at some cool place downtown, because
Yeah.
we're so downtown very rarely, you know?
Yeah. And there's some really cool places downtown.
Yeah. And then we were just having an awesome time, and we started drinking at 4 and didn't end until 1 a.m. We went to like 4 or 5 different locations.
That
Sounds
is
awesome.
Just like
amazing.
drank and ate all around town. It was awesome. It was so fun. But like when I went to bed last night, I remember at like probably 10 or 11 at night, I was like, this night is getting long and I need to set an alarm because I have to make it to Alex's in the morning to record the podcast.
It's really funny because I was like, wow, I guess we could do it at 10 when I texted you guys, or when
No.
the text started going around. I was like, I guess we could just push it up to 10. And then I was like, I saw your text about you drinking for 10 hours straight. And I was
Yeah.
like, I think 11's good. We'll just let that.
Yeah.
We'll just let that happen.
No, wait, you saw my text. Oh, you meant this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
'Cause I woke
please
up.
Please don't push it earlier.
No.
Ever.
No.
Let's not push this earlier.
That's not going to be a
Anyway,
thing.
I totally celebrated your birthday. And now I feel awesome.
That's
And I'm realizing, like, remember I came in and I was like, do you have snacks? Alex gave me a bowl of carrots to eat. You can't eat carrots when you record a podcast.
Oh,
All I'm
God, that's
doing
right.
is
'cause it's just
crunching it on the
crunch,
mic.
crunch. That's so
So I'm
fu-
just staring at this
that
bowl of
poor
carrots.
bowl of carrots is just flaunting its juiciness. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll just pound some carrots right when we're done.
Yeah.
Fine.
So
So my birthday.
Yeah.
So I'm getting old.
No,
that's
you're
what, That's what
not.
happens when you
Come on.
get birthday.
Okay.
We were up in Napa a couple weekends ago,
Right.
and my buddy introduced me to this thing called speedboating. Did I tell you guys about this?
Wait, isn't it just riding on a speedboat?
No.
Oh.
So speedboating
No,
is
you
when you
did not
get
tell us.
older
Okay.
Oh, no.
and you're out at bars and stuff like that, and you're going to do a marathon of drinking.
Yeah.
Every hour,
Right.
somebody goes up to the bartender
Okay.
and says, I want X number of tumblers filled with water, flat water, no ice.
Okay.
Right? And then you bring it back to the table and
Right.
you yell, speedboat! And you slam the waters down. And then everybody has to drink the waters as fast as they can. And then they all slam it down and yell speedboat and hit the table.
Oh my gosh.
So
it makes
everybody in
drinking
the
water fun.
everybody in the place is like, those guys are crazy.
Yeah.
But it's just hydrating every hour.
Water.
Yeah. And it's really fun. And Heather and I have totally started doing it.
That's so
because
smart.
We'll be like drinking, and I'm like, oh God, I need some water. And then I'll look at her and be like, speedboat! We just start chugging his
Oh
water
my
as fast as
gosh.
we can.
I love
It's
this.
so much fun.
I love this new discovery.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
I'm totally gonna speedboat from now on.
Yeah, that was my friend Ryan Vance told me about
Not.
that.
I know Ryan Vance.
Yeah, it was Ryan Vance.
Oh,
he
awesome.
gave me the info on speedboat.
Oh,
so every
thank you,
time
Ryan
we
Vance.
do that, so I mean, because you think about it, it's like had you been out for 10 hours, if you
Oh
had
my
been
gosh.
drinking even 6 ounces of water every hour
Yeah.
for that 10 hours,
Well,
you
I
would have
did.
it totally complete.
I drank a lot of water. I think
Well,
it's
yeah.
more just we were out and about for
Yeah,
so
yeah,
long,
yeah.
and then you don't sleep super well when you've been drinking. I mean,
That is an
Us
understatement.
old
I
people don't sleep super well when we're drinking.
It's horrible. By the
So
way,
old.
next year, big birthday year for me.
Big. Oh wait, I won't say it.
Oh, I don't mind. No, I'll be 40.
You're gonna be 40?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that
Alex,
crazy?
I forget how much older you are than me.
How much?
That's just, you know how to say the sweetest things.
Yeah,
you
he's.
love me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're way older than both of us.
Your
Yeah.
awesome little sister, who's not actually your little sister.
Yeah, whatever that would be called, like
Right.
friend.
Yeah, I'm like your friend,
If there was a word called friend, something like that.
Brian. I am your friend.
Yeah,
who will
no,
always
I'm
be
trying to
younger
figure
and
out-
cuter than you.
Oh. And I take the F out of friend. Yeah, no, so I'm turning 40 next year, so I got to figure out like what I'm going to
Yeah,
do.
Yeah, we better
man.
do something big, man.
Yeah.
Podcast on your 40th.
A 40-hour straight live stream.
No,
Why?
No.
Why would I do that?
we would have to speedboat every 30 minutes, not every hour.
Oh, God. I would have to pee boat every 30 minutes if we did that.
Speedboating still sounds kind of sexual.
It totally does.
Speedboating.
Well,
It's too
everybody-
close to motorboating.
It's too close to motorboating.
Yeah.
But it also feels good to have it kind of seem sexual because it's really
Right.
just drinking water.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like the more
Yeah.
salacious you can
Yeah.
get it.
I love it.
The more you're
The
going to
better.
do it.
Do we have emails?
We do have emails.
What emails?
First
do we
off, I have to read this one.
Oh, okay.
Just based on the subject, which is Saturday night drunk email
Yeah.
from Victor. He said, Hi, yeah, Allison, Alex, and Tom. I am drunk on Saturday night.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I saw some tweet about Allison and a Lyft experience.
Wait, what? That was Friday night.
Well, but he probably saw it on Saturday night.
No, because last night was Friday night, and it hasn't been Saturday night yet.
Oh, so
Maybe
he was
he's-
so drunk he thought it was Saturday night.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Could be an
Yeah.
email from the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
Future email.
Whoa!
Allison's like, I didn't have a Lyft experience. I am taking a Lyft home.
Yeah. Yep.
Mind blown. Happy birthday to Alex. Thank you. Tom, I'm not sure what's up with your life, but you're killing it.
Oh, good
thanks,
job,
man.
Tom.
Amazing.
That's good to hear from somebody.
You're like,
Yeah.
thanks.
I'll tell my wife.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, I'm doing fine.
Honey, I'm killing it.
I'm killing it.
That's what this drunk guy said last night. He thought it was Saturday. Anyway, long story.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you guys think about drones?
Drunk.
What?
They're flying. Oh, this is true. They're flying near airplanes and firefighters, which is totally true. I've heard that story.
Right.
And I heard that 700,000 will be sold this year.
Whoa.
How serious a threat do you think these pose? Also, remember to eat fresh. Is that Subway?
Is that Subway?
That's Subway.
Oh,
Eat
yeah.
fresh. I love it.
Got it.
Because of the thing, yeah. From Victor. So yeah, drones is definitely a big thing because you heard it was the forest fires in California, and they were going to do plane water drops, but they couldn't fly the planes
On the
because there were
freeway.
5 drones
What?
videotaping what was going on. And so people were trapped in their cars, and they couldn't get the planes in there because there were people flying drones.
But these tiny little drones.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
but-
get that either. Like, how could you not? Just,
Dude,
couldn't
yeah.
a helicopter? Those things are tiny.
No,
Yeah.
but if one of those things hits a helicopter blade, fucked. If one of those things goes into an engine,
Oh, yeah,
fucked.
that's true.
I mean, it's like a bird strike, but the bird is standing still and just like randomly
Oh,
hovering
Made of
Man.
metal.
and has no.
I would have just
like,
dumped the
desire to-
water on the drones.
Yeah, like a bird is trying to get the fuck
Yeah.
out of the way of a plane, right? Like a bird is like, Jesus Christ, I'm dying. Dive. A drone is just like, hey, that's a pretty treat.
I'm one of you
Wham!
guys.
Yeah.
So they're working on this technology, which I love
Oh.
this idea,
Ooh.
which is
Wow.
a frequency blocker.
Yes.
So essentially, it's like if you want to fly your fucking drone around a fire or some dangerous thing where they need to be planes, that
Right.
shit's going to fall out of the sky and break.
That's
Good.
awesome.
I know, I
That's-
love it.
Yeah.
Just like hit
Good.
that button and it just goes,
Yeah.
and then they're like, all right, you can fly it now.
It's like one of those magnet pulse bombs.
Yeah,
But
EMP.
EMPs, yeah.
Jinx.
But now here's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's at fault if it lands on somebody and injures them?
Oh, God. Everything has
Is
to
it
get
the
legal.
drone? Well, of course, it's the States.
Yeah.
Alex,
Is it
if
the
you were
drone
there,
fault?
if it was falling on you, you could shoot it with your musket.
That's true. I
it
could
worked.
pretend to shoot it.
Yes.
I'd be like, bang, 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 wham. God damn it. I forgot it was a stage musket.
You should just use it as a bat.
Yeah, exactly.
Just crack it
it's
out of the
way too
sky.
hegood for that. I'll show you guys when you get
That is a
inside.
good question. Yeah, if it falls on someone,
Whose
who
fault
do you
is it?
Who do you sue? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Who do you
interesting.
sue?
I mean,
I
it's
mean, I
got to be
assume
the
that's
guy
what
who's.
you're-
Can we
it's
just
got to
do
be the
something
guy or
where-
the girl
without-
who's flying the drone.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably.
I mean, you can't blame the firemen's for being like, well, it was either
The
that. or-
firemen's?
Yeah, the firemen's.
The firemen's.
firemen.
It's
Yeah.
not the firemen's
Firemen.
fault.
It's not the fireman's fault.
The
Also,
firemen's.
there's a video online of some drone with a gun attached to it.
Yes.
Oh, did we watch that together? Because
I
that
don't
was
think so.
terrifying. Like some guy was shooting
I
a
don't-
gun.
Well, the
Yeah.
kid
That's
basically
scary.
put a gun on the drone and
Yeah.
was like,
And
He got the
Oh yeah.
Bang.
It-
he got the droid to shoot the gun.
no, the drone.
I don't think
He
it's a droid.
plugged the gun into the drone and then attached like a servo, so it was flying around with like this handgun underneath it, and then you would push a button and it would go bang.
Terrifying.
But we talked about the automated gun turrets, right? In the DMZ.
Also bad.
I remember what it was that I was looking for on Twitter. Remember last week how someone wrote us from Naptown and we thought they were talking about the place where everyone falls asleep?
Yeah.
No. Fun fact, Naptown is apparently Indianapolis. Indianapolis.
Oh,
Naptown.
Beantown is Boston.
Yeah.
Naptown is
Indianapolis. Is that thing you just said.
So that person who wrote us last week from Naptown, now we know you're from Indianapolis.
All right, I like that.
Yeah.
Now go take a nap.
Should we talk about the cover contest?
Yes, so we've been receiving lots of cool entries.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Really
Thank
cool.
you.
Yes, keep up the good work. We do know, we understand how images work.
You do.
One of the images is 461 by 461, and the album art needs to be the minimum of 1400 by 1400.
Got it.
We understand that means that you need to blow that picture up.
Yes.
And maybe that won't look super pretty, but
or add some stuff around it.
there's stuff you can do. But we understand that's just the size that we got from the photo booth where we were making our while we were doing our press pictures. drunk at Comic-Con.
At various photo booths around Comic-Con. But yeah, keep submitting. I think we're going to pick one next week.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Keep submitting.
Yeah.
Send your submissions to the half hour happy hour fans at gmail.com.
Correct.
We tweeted out a Tumblr link with the pictures if you didn't get that yet. So
Right,
go
Imager,
back. Yeah. Oh, is it Imager? Sorry.
Imager.
Sorry.
Some good entries there, man. They're looking good.
Yeah. All right. Let's do
stories.
Is
One
it
more
story
email or
time?
story
I was
time?
gonna say one more email.
Okay, one more email.
You got time. We're 16.
We obviously
minutes.
planned
Oh,
this
and
really
also
well.
don't forget. I know, and don't forget to remind somebody about an address for Australian package.
Oh.
Because we're trying to figure. We don't.
Oh,
we-
right.
I gotta write them back.
Right.
You gotta do that.
And I realized it's Tim Tams, not Tam Tams.
Oh, that's
The cookies are Tim Tams.
I'm glad we solved that.
They're
Now-
so good. I can't wait to get Tim Tams.
Oh, here we go. How about this one here? It's a fan letter in the form of a Tom Krajewski story.
Nice.
Aw, it's one
Always
sentence.
flattering.
This is from Mark. Allison, Alex, and Tom, I listened to your podcast. The end. Mark.
Love it.
Thanks, Mark.
P.S. You guys are fucking awesome. P.P.S. I do Drunksmith with you, but I'm on the other coast. P.P.P.S.
What?
The three of you are hilarious. Thanks for drinking in Alex's garage every weekend. Keep up the good
We
work.
do.
It's so hard.
It is. It's really.
Yeah.
It's really stressful.
Thanks for that sentence story.
That was by the way amazing. Okay, so
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
paraglider prompts sky chase.
Oh, are we in stories already?
Ooh. Yeah.
Man, no segue. All right.
Paraglider prompts sky chase
Okay.
after jail flyover.
Oh, yeah.
This feels
What?
like something straight out of like
A James Bond movie.
or Superman
or
movies,
crappy
like
Stallone
Superman
movie.
movie.
yeah,
Superman
or
movie.
yeah, either a good James Bond movie, no,
Okay.
probably a middling James Bond movie,
Okay.
a
Like
shitty
Quantum of
like
Solace.
Steven Seagal movie, or a really good, Richard Donner version of
yeah.
Superman.
Okay.
Like I could totally see like the Lex Luthor guy coming. Anyway, so what ends up happening is
Yeah, what happened?
there was an actual police helicopter chase with this guy on this paraglider. So paraglider is where it's basically a parachute and a guy with a fan on his back, right?
Oh, yeah,
So like
yeah,
one
yeah.
of those fan
Okay.
seats. So
it's
super
not-
small.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's not like the triangle-shaped wing thing.
No. It's not a hang glider.
Hang glider. Yeah. Paraglider.
It's a paraglider.
Okay.
So it actually
he has
some
control.
Yes, so he has control.
Got it.
But not as much as you would in like a plane. You know what I
Right,
mean?
of course. I would hope
So
not.
all of a sudden, over one of the LA County jails.
Oh,
out
this
the
was in
middle of,
LA.
like- it was in like Chatsworth or something.
Oh. Of course it
no,
was in
no,
Chatsworth.
Buellton?
Castaic.
Castaic.
Yeah, it was by Castaic.
Okay.
But out there's a jail.
Aren't you only supposed to paraglide over water?
No, that's
like
parasailing,
Parasailing.
where you're being dragged by a boat.
Oh, God. It's so confusing. All these ways you can levitate yourself.
I know. The word para really is what fucks it all up.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Isn't
no.
that like a job that someone has in a law office?
yeah,
come up with
a
names for
paraglide
flying
legal.
things?
Yeah.
A paraglide legal. A paralegal glider.
Isn't that like a pet that people have and it can talk back to you?
Now who's saying
Parakeet.
stupid stuff? Suddenly Marilyn Monroe with an Uzi doesn't seem
By the
so
way-
dumb anymore.
We need to call in the paratroopers.
Parakeet was not what I was going for.
What
but
were
I
you
should have
going
been.
for?
Parrot. But parakeet makes way more sense.
I was like, parrot doesn't really work. Parakeet does.
Yeah, totally.
Anyway.
So it was chasing him.
So what happened
Thanks for
was...
making my jokes better, Alex.
That's why I like him.
So what happened was the jail was, people were like out on the yard doing this stuff, and they look up and they're like, holy fuck, a paraglider. What?
Were they?
And
or were
then-
they, holy fuck, a dude with a parachute on his back and a fan. What is that called? I don't know.
Yeah, right. Holy shit, a guy in a chair. And he's not dying.
Yeah.
But they started getting really worried. Was this person dropping contraband into the jail for people?
Ooh.
Was this person going to land and then try to take off with an inmate? So all of a sudden, the helicopters take off, and they're like, get
Yes.
this fucking paraglider. So there's literally a slow-speed air chase between this helicopter
my
and the
gosh.
paraglider. And the paraglider wasn't... And they were, yelling at the paraglider from
Oh
the
my
thing,
gosh.
like, you must land, and all that stuff. And the paraglider's just like... doo-doo-doo. It
Well, I would
cuts the
imagine that
paraglider off.
fan is pretty loud.
So the guy lands.
Yeah.
After a while, finally lands.
Yeah.
The helicopter lands, and he's like, "What the fuck, guys?
Yeah.
You cut me off twice. I have no idea what's going on." And they were like, "We're the police." And he was like, "I don't give a shit. You can't just.
Yeah.
I'm in a fucking chair tied to the elephant. It's like, come on,
Chill
a little
the
bit of
fuck out.
quorum here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were like, "What were you doing over the jail?" And he was like, "The wind fucking blew me over the jail." And he was like, "I can't. You can only go so far." On
Really?
These things. Yeah. The
So
wind. And he didn't go over the jail. He just went near the jail.
Right.
But it was enough that they got really freaked out. Because
Yeah.
also, there have been a lot of cartels that have used these types of to brick, because they just stuff it with marijuana or coke or money or whatever, and then they just run it over and then just land it in some field.
And drop it. Oh. I was like, they just
They
put
also
coke
do
in
just
the
drop.
jail?
Yeah, they also do
Sure.
just drop, not in jails, but they'll just drop a bundle of coke in somebody's farm and then just bounce. Because they're tracking, the radar's tracking where he's going.
Right.
So he could drop that coke anywhere, but then the people down on the thing. It's really crazy.
Whoa.
And
How
they
do
have
you know so
coke
much about
submarines?
drug cartels?
So I didn't want to tell you guys this.
Oh, wow. Is our entire podcast funded on drug money?
No, I've always thought, you know how some people think, I could rob a bank?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I always felt like the thing that seemed sort of the easiest thing to do, not the
Yeah.
easiest, but the thing that I would be like, if I really set my mind to it, I could probably do this fairly easily,
Yeah.
is smuggling drugs across the border.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it because it's illegal and horrible.
Right.
And it hurts people. But it's something where I'm like, I mean, it's kind of hard. Like the small airplane thing. I was like, there's a lot of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I would always want to be the getaway driver for a bank heist.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't think I could actually go in and rob the bank. I think my anxiety would be too high for that, but I could totally drive away.
Make sure you wear your glasses.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have contacts in that day, Tom.
I have contact.
Allison
That'd be
can't
awesome.
see
It's all of a
5
sudden
feet
you're
in
like,
front
oh
of her.
fuck, they're just about done with the robbing, and my contact is acting up.
Yeah.
I'll just take one out.
I'll get Lasix before I rob a bank.
That's better.
If I'm ever in jail, would you drop some a care package off for me?
Sure.
Alex, like that.
I would
like
bake.
cookies.
I'd bake a file into a cake for you.
Oh, nice.
I don't even need that. Just something.
Just
I don't know,
cookies.
Cookies.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
a magazine or two.
I don't want to get arrested. Just be like, hey, I can spread cookies around the jail.
Hey guys,
The guards aren't going to be mad at
don't
that.
be mean to me. Here's some cookies.
Here's some cookies.
Stop raping
you look
me,
like
please.
a snickerdoodle.
You look like a snickerdoodle.
You strike me as a snickerdoodle, gentlemen.
Yes.
I have some right here.
Who wants the oatmeal raisin? No one, because they're
nobody.
terrible. Why do we keep making those cookies?
Yeah, he's
I
like,
agree.
I'll
I
eat
did-
the oatmeal raisin.
Seriously, who out there keeps eating oatmeal raisins? Stop eating them so the rest of us don't have to suffer through them.
You know, it's funny. I'm not as actively disdaining of oatmeal raisin, but I never seek them out.
No.
Like if there's a cup, a plate of. What's your favorite cookie?
Chocolate chip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So standard.
Yeah,
I know,
me too.
but it's all you need in life.
I
Is a chocolate
really
chip.
love those lemon cookies with the powdered sugar
Oh
on
my
top.
gosh, what?
You're so fancy.
Yeah.
Now that he's old,
You
he's
know
like,
those?
I'll go for that
yeah,
chocolate chip.
like grandmothers like those cookies. What do you mean?
Yeah, because they're smart
Because
and they understand awesome cookies. Grandmothers understand awesome
Grandmothers
cookies.
make those
I
cookies.
wouldn't argue with that.
Okay, so
actually.
what's your next favorite? Like, take I mean, you got Oreo.
Yeah.
You got Samoas, which I love. Thin Mint.
Samoas. I will
Thin
take
Mints.
Samoas.
I don't know.
Samoas.
What
I
do
used
you
to be a
know?
huge Thin Mint fan as well.
Yeah, frozen Thin Mints.
Ooh, the best.
Yeah.
Is it Girl Scout cookie time yet?
It's always Girl Scout cookie time.
My sister does this thing where she takes the small little Reese's peanut butter cups and then bakes it into a chocolate
Shut
cookie.
up.
And she does it with little mini Snickers too inside like the dough.
Oh my gosh.
It's the best.
Have your sister make us cookies
Yeah, we need
immediately.
that. We need that.
good.
Forget your Tim Tams or whatever the fuck.
Tim Tams are so good though too.
Or do they have Rolos in them? Do they have Rolos in? Yeah,
Rolos
Rolos.
we haven't tried,
Yes.
but that's a good one.
You haven't tried Rolos?
No, I mean in cookies.
Yeah, but
Make
I've seen
my
Rolos
cookie
and
with a
cookies.
bro.
Oh.
Brolo.
I like how you've seen that.
They're called
Rolos.
Brolos.
Oh my gosh, I so want Rolos for our next show. Can we make that happen?
I love Rolos.
Rolos.
Oh, I love Rolos. The problem with Rolos,
What's the problem with Rolos?
there's not enough of them in a pack.
And
So
they're so hard to get out of
I
those
know.
little like what is it called? Wrapping.
Foil.
Yes,
That gold
you have to
foil.
unwrap
Yes.
each one. And
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, come
Thank
on,
you,
let's make this happen.
Right.
But they have mini Rolos now.
Mini
like a bag of mini Rolos.
Have yet to try those.
Yeah, me
Just
neither.
dump in your mouth.
Yep.
Like,
I love the
Man.
caramel chocolate. Boom.
Yeah.
That's good.
Milk Duds? Fuck yes.
Oh yeah. Although Milk Duds are a little on the chewy side. Like they can fuck you up.
This is like jujubes.
I don't know if you have like a filling or
chocolate.
something, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, my favorite candy is Junior Mints.
Those are damn good.
Junior Mints.
By the way, I'm just
Which one's
laughing.
Junior Mints?
Which
oh yeah,
one's
yeah, yeah.
Junior Mints?
Yeah, those
What
are
do you
good.
mean,
The
which
little
one's
mint
Ju-
discs.
They're not discs. They look like Milk Duds, but they're filled with minty cream
No,
instead
but they're
of
squished down more. They're not like
a little,
balls.
but they're not like discs.
They look like little alien
Platelets. We'll say
spaceship.
they're platelets.
Yeah, they actually looked a lot like platelets.
Platelets
Thank
is
you.
a perfect word for them.
Yeah, the
They're
chocolate
chocolatey
platelets.
mint platelets.
There's so much science that we drop on this show,
I
even
know.
when we don't mean to.
I was just laughing because I was like, how did we get into a discussion of our favorite candy? And somehow it was from a dude being chased in a paraglider.
It was dropping cookies into a waiting arms of Tom Krajewski. And then you getting on your soapbox about the horrors of oatmeal raisin.
They're awful. Stop making them.
All
Stop
right.
eating them.
All right, another story.
Next
I
story.
protest oatmeal raisin.
Okay, 3 men arrested after searching NYC sewer system
sensing a
for
theme.
valuables.
Why would they be
Valuables.
arrested? Oh, because
Yeah.
that's government property, right?
So they literally, yeah. It's not, it's not public. So police say, this is my favorite sentence in this whole evening or this whole day.
Awesome.
Police say 3 men hoping to find discarded valuables in New York City's hot and putrid sewer system
Ew.
have been arrested. So these 2 dudes went.
Wait, I thought it was 3 dudes.
Well, with the third guy who got arrested literally worked for the city, like sanitation, and just opened the manhole
he
cover
let
for
them
him.
in.
Right, which he, by the way, that's the smartest dude.
Yeah.
Who's like, wait, your plan is to crawl through horrible stinking shit
Yeah.
in hopes that somebody has lost like a
Someone's
jewelry
flushed
down the
the-
thing.
Like it
Like-
got
Old stash.
flushed?
Yeah, that's literally what they were like.
Oh.
Somebody's got to flush the ring down here. Let's
Yeah.
go look for it.
Yeah.
Ew.
And they just climbed through fucking shit. And by the way,
Ew.
it's August.
yeah.
It is so hot in New York
You
right
don't
now.
even want to be above the streets
Right.
in New York.
You don't
right
want to
now,
even be
let alone below
outside
them.
in New
Yeah.
York, let alone crawling through the sewage system.
Ew.
And then, of course, it's not like the jewels are going to be like
it's
sitting
not
on
like-
top of shit.
Yeah.
They got to be getting in there and trying to figure out.
But when you say the
By the way, they
sewer
came out
system-
empty-handed.
Of course they did.
Yeah, they didn't find anything.
When you say the sewer system, I picture it like where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lived. Not like
Right, that was a clean
walking
one.
through human waste.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the clean one that they made in
Oh.
the sets in Hollywood.
Yeah, they didn't
Right.
really shoot in the sewer.
Yeah, it's more like the Shawshank Redemption. You know what I mean? Like an actual sewer system is literally where the human waste goes. Under the ground.
That's gross.
I like how this is news to you.
yeah. They're not all like shiny, like old, like railroad style.
Yeah, and if there's just a trickle of water down at the
Yeah,
bottom.
and it
you
smells
follow-
all right.
Yeah.
No,
And there's giant rats.
that might be true.
Yeah.
Actually,
Rats and roaches, yeah.
yeah. Oh God, all the
Gee.
bugs.
Oh,
and
or is it
shit.
more like in Ghostbusters 2 where they have to go into the sewer systems because there's all that pink sludge down there?
Oh yeah, all the ecto slime or
yeah.
whatever.
Ecto slime. Was that what that was called?
Mood
I don't
slime.
know. I just threw that in there. It
No.
did,
They
it did
called
had
it
that
mood slime.
because it had that energy where it was like,
Yeah.
remember it did the dance and then it popped
Oh,
the
yeah.
toaster.
Yeah.
That movie could have been way better.
Agreed.
Just throwing that out
What
there.
was it? What was the bat? What was it? Vigo?
Yeah, the Carpathian, right? Or
It's
Vigo
Vigo.
Carpathian.
Yeah.
I think it was Vigo Carpathian.
Vigo Carpathian.
I don't think he was the Carpathian, but I know it was Carpathian, something like that.
Vigo the Carpathian. That sounds cooler.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But I remember my favorite quote from that whole movie that I can't help but say is the guy from Ally McBeal
What?
who's in Dragon
Bon Jovi?
Slayer. No, he was in Dragon Slayer, and I can't remember what the guy's name is. Super funny. He's been in everything.
Oh yeah. The guy who like worked at the museum.
Janusz.
Oha.
Yeah, Janusz. But yeah, he came and he did this thing where the baby was sleeping, and he came by and he wanted to get, and he was like, can I maybe come in for a drink? And she was like, oh well, the baby, and he was like, oh the little baby. I just fucking I've been doing that all my life ever since I saw it.
But I would. He said.
Yeah.
But I would.
Because he was like, woo, woo. And she's like, oh, he's sleeping. And he was like, oh, but I would. So fucking funny.
But I wooed?
Yeah, because he went, woo, woo, to the baby. And she was like, oh, he's sleeping. He was like, oh, but I would. I love that, dude. There are moments in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I dug the movie, whatever.
It's fun. You should see it again.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll still dig it. It doesn't matter.
So anyway, these guys were like, I got this great idea. First off, how this was the idea. Like, sitting around, you're like, we need to figure out where we can get some money. Whoa.
Yeah.
My friend flushed down a watch. Shit, did he ever find it? No, it was in the sewer system. The sewer system.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, ding, 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 ding. Guys, your pizza's done. Yeah, they must have been stoned, high, drunk, something.
I wonder how they found the guy who let them in.
Yeah, they were like, my buddy works for the Department of Sanitation.
He's got a crowbar to open.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is, why do you need somebody who works for the sanitation department to just crowbar it open?
Yeah, that's what happens in movies.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Those things aren't that heavy.
I think
Seriously.
they're really heavy.
I think they're really heavy.
Yeah.
I love this idea.
Do we have a third story about people getting arrested or chased by the police? Because that seems to be our theme.
Well, it's funny that you might say that.
Oh. Which Reddit thread were you on this week, Alex?
It wasn't. This was Odd News on Yahoo News. And these, I just couldn't pass these up. These were great.
Okay.
First off, I'm going to read you... I'm going to read you just the title of this article, and you can see why I was like, well, we have to talk about that.
Okay.
Ready for this?
Yep.
Man in bear costume harasses grizzlies in Alaska. Motive unclear.
Oh.
Idiocy.
Motive unclear.
Wow.
So, there you are in the Alaskan wilderness.
Okay.
And by the way, he did this like in view shot of like a way station, like a place.
Shot?
Yeah, because it's not an ear shot and it's not an eye shot.
Yeah.
But they could see him.
That's
anyway,
an eye shot.
I guess.
Sounds like a Jackass stunt.
Yeah,
It totally does. And if it ends up in like Jackass 4.7 or whatever the hell, I'd be like, yeah, all right, that makes sense. So this is what happened. So, and people were there like just looking around, and there was this grizzly bear with 2 cubs.
Okay.
Oh, no.
And all of a sudden, this other grizzly bear comes out of nowhere. And people were like, holy shit, another grizzly bear. And then they were like, that's a dude in a grizzly bear costume.
Oh, my gosh.
And the grizzly bear guy was like, ah! Ah!
To the bears or to the people?
To the bears. He like walks up to the cubs, and then this ranger was like, that dude's about to get mauled by this bear. So he like makes all this noise, and
the ranger does.
The ranger and shoos off the actual bears.
Okay.
And then everybody sort of turns, and the guy's like, oh, and runs, jumps in a car, and peels out.
As a bear?
As a bear in his bear costume.
Oh my gosh.
And they have no idea what...
This was in Alaska?
In Alaska.
Dumb prank.
Oh.
They have no idea. But prank, like, that's... I mean,
drunk prank.
First off, they definitely got to be drunk. But, I mean, it's just like, what possesses
that ranger,
somebody...
he's probably like, this was the coolest day
I know.
of my job.
He was like, do you know
ever.
how boring it is just sitting here watching a lake?
Yeah.
Legally, he probably could have shot that guy to protect the bears.
That would have been amazing.
If he had a musket.
But how great would that have been if it was hunting season and he was actually killed?
Oh, yeah.
Or at least just wounded.
By the way, that sentence should never be said. How great would it have been if he was actually killed? Fuck you, Alex.
I mean wounded.
Okay.
I hope he's not a fan of the show.
Yeah,
wait a minute. You guys think I should get killed?
I dressed in a bear costume just to see if I could get to the Taco Bell meal, the half-hour happy hour with Alison and Alex.
That's why he did it. Motive discovered.
Motive unclear?
In that case,
I think it's pretty clear to us.
Exactly. You are welcome, Alaskan bear guy.
Oh, Alaskan bear guy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But but I just love that sentence that he gets in motive unclear.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Like, really?
That they felt it necessary. Like, I don't even feel like that needed to be in the headline. It just makes the headline that much more awesome.
Right. Which is why I was like, oh, we gotta talk about that.
Guys, I'm really hungry.
You get some carrots.
I can't eat the carrots.
Look at the
They're
carrots.
too noisy.
We'll edit it out.
Carrots. We'll edit out your calm. Anyway, How we doing on time? We got one more.
We need quieter snacks.
You got 35 minutes, so you got good.
Good.
Let's do one more.
We'll do another story.
One more. So, this one is a little bit more
Your mom.
Cerebral.
This is what's more my mom. Canadian firm patents inflatable space elevator.
Oh,
What?
Yeah. Yes.
What?
So first off, space elevators. Let's talk space elevator.
Yep.
So space elevators.
Elevator to the moon?
Just
elevators
elevator
on
up,
space?
just into space. So geosynchronous orbit is like 26 miles or 24 miles.
Science.
So
Wait, just to take an elevator up into space?
Right, because here's the deal. So
That's a really long elevator ride.
By the way, I was way off. It's 22,000 miles.
Oh.
Up is geosynchronous orbit. So the whole concept. So in 1909,
Okay.
this Russian space pioneer guy, Konstantin Tsiolkovsky.
perfect.
Tits? His last name is Titsalovsky?
I think it's like Tsiolkovsky.
It's a Bond villain, wasn't
A lot
it?
of tits?
And lots of
Tsiolkovsky.
Tsiolkovsky. So tits in the sky.
Yeah.
He sort of theorized of, well, if you could just make an elevator that goes up high enough, you could break the Earth's atmosphere and you could actually send stuff up there and it wouldn't be as taxing. And then Arthur C. Clarke.
Like you would need rockets to get it up
So
there.
this is the deal.
Okay. So this
Right
is more like
now-
a service elevator, not like a glass elevator for tourism.
It's not the Wonka
Well,
Vader.
yeah, it's not the Wonka Vader. So it first off, no, it's a service elevator. Backdoor for science.
Right. Backdoor for
Secondly,
Backdoor for science.
Backdoor for science. Secondly, I am sure it would become something where like you could pay $500 and go up and be standing on.
But that
So
requires different
okay,
construction because
correct.
you have to make
So
it
this
livable.
this one only goes up 12.5 miles or
Okay.
12.4 miles.
Instead of 22,000?
Instead of 20, I mean, the whole concept is if you're going to go into geosynchronous orbit, it's 22,000 miles up. So essentially, if you go 22,000 miles up and you put something there,
Yeah,
it
it'll
will
stay in the orbit.
and it'll always be looking down at the same spot
Got it.
on the Earth, which is how satellites
so
work.
12.5 miles, what is that going to be?
So funny you should ask that.
Oh, good.
It saves
That's
you.
why I'm on this podcast.
It saves you 30% of your fuel to launch a rocket from 20.5 miles up in the space.
20.5 or 12.5?
12.5.
So for 30% savings of fuel.
So right now it costs $11,000 a pound
Wow.
to put anything in space.
Okay.
$11,000 a pound.
Okay.
With this space elevator,
Yes.
it would drop that down to $100 a pound.
That's a huge difference.
That's so much savings.
That's insane.
That's so much more than 30%.
Well, it's
Yeah.
30% of the energy it costs to go.
Oh, okay, got
but
it.
it would, because of that, it would lower.
Yeah.
But how much does the elevator cost to make?
Oh, it's
Right.
$16.5 trillion. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, but a shit ton.
Probably.
If it's even feasibly
but the
possible.
idea is that we then take the space shuttle up on this elevator?
Yes, you would take
That's
rockets
a really
up to
fucking
the
big
elevator. Well, yeah. So
You
it's
said inflatable. I'm picturing
seven-
like two kiddie pools taped
Yeah.
together.
That's a lot of kiddie pools to go 12.5 miles up in the air. So it's
Why is it inflatable?
well, so because that's the big issue with this thing, right? Is like how do you keep it from falling over? It's 12.5
Wow,
miles.
that was not
12.4
even
miles
one
tall.
thing I was
No.
thinking of.
Right.
But okay, yeah.
How do you do that? Right.
I don't know. Tell
I mean,
me.
you can't because you can't like take a guide wire and put it down because it'll be like fucking half of the country
Yeah.
would be just
Yeah.
where the guide wires are.
Yeah.
So what they did was they have this sort of like semi-loose structure
Mm-hmm.
in these columns, like these little like chunks, and then they inflate. So it's mostly air is keeping the structure rigid, and then there's doing this like gimbal system so they can kind of slide, so that they'll sort of slide almost like a Segway, and will keep themselves on point.
None of this
I
made
don't
any
get
sense to me.
But it sounds cool.
Science.
Inflatable
So, wait,
elevators.
inflating it is what makes it rise?
No, inflating it would just keep the structure rigid, but also
Okay.
be light.
So that basically keeps from having
Okay.
to put like metal poles all
Yeah,
the way.
yeah,
12
yeah.
miles. Okay.
And they would be on a gimbal system, so they would
Yeah.
kind of like shimmy and move, almost like you would have like a caterpillar or like a centipede.
Hold
Straight
up a
up-
building?
Yeah, well, no, it would hold up itself basically, and then
I see.
inside would be this elevator column.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's 755 feet wide.
That was a really good way to explain it, Alex.
Well, thank you.
That was highly intelligent of
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Yeah.
Science.
He's wearing his
Science.
glasses today. He's
Science.
feeling very.
I'm going to push my glasses up with my finger. I just
There you
did that
go.
in science.
Science.
So anyway, but it's rad because this is somebody actually filed for a patent on this.
Right. Now, does Canada send things to space?
People.
Yeah.
But it's sort of
but do
on
they
our
go
dime.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, either us or Canada or Russia. I think we're the only three that have actually done space stuff.
Yeah.
And
the space.
No, wait, China's done plenty of space stuff.
No, I know. U.S., China, Russia.
Oh, I thought you
are
said
the
U.S.,
three.
Canada, Russia.
No.
Yeah.
Poor Canada.
No.
They just give us people that are like, hey, I'm smart, eh?
Yeah, you are. You can be an astronaut.
Can you shoot me up into space there, eh?
Yeah. That was a good one.
Apologies to our
Thank you. Yeah, I
Canadian
apologize
listeners.
to all the people up north who look at us. Canada's so funny.
Why?
Well, it's just like they're kind of like
Please
No
elaborate.
crime, no guns. They're hilarious.
Well, no, I know, but they're just sort of like I don't know. It's so weird. I feel bad for them at times because I'm
Why?
like, well, because
They're so nice and lovely and have
No,
a
I know,
gorgeous
but-
country. Man, that must
but
be
it's
hard.
cold. It's cold up there.
No, I
I've
know,
been
but
there.
everybody's sort of like, oh yeah, Canada. Canada is just sort of like that mildly attractive, intelligent but not very interesting neighbor that you have that you're just sort of like, yeah, I guess
I
my
should drop by
neighbor's
and say
pretty.
hi.
And,
Yeah, make
yes.
sure they're not dead. You know.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, you won some election. That's interesting. I was not tracking any of that information. You know what I mean?
What? You
I don't
won
know.
some election?
No, I'm trying
What?
to figure out how to
love
do it.
What is happening?
I love Canada.
I was so with you with this caterpillar metaphor.
I know,
and
this is
then,
bad.
Oh my
Look,
God.
let's go back. Remember the space caterpillar, guys?
Yeah.
Standing on its butt to try to touch space.
caterpillar.
See, for me, I always go to that thing of
That
why
sounds
do
like
you
a
have to
nursery
start?
rhyme.
Like, why do you start from Earth up? I feel like it would be easier to start from space down.
I don't get it.
Like, if you could have something anchored in space,
Okay.
so that's the anchor point, and
Right.
it dangles down.
Oh, so it like pulls something up as opposed to shooting it up. No?
no. The mechanism to go up and down would still be an elevator.
Okay.
But then, rather than taking 1,000 boxes and just start stacking them on the Earth and hoping that they don't fall over,
Okay. Yeah.
go into space and like tie yourself to a satellite and then just drop boxes that are tied together to Earth.
What?
You could drop them into a prison and drop off.
I'm too hungover for this conversation.
Yeah, I'm getting confused too.
What?
All right, anyway,
Why would you drop
space.
boxes from space? How did the boxes get up there?
Yeah, satellites.
Doesn't it defeat the purpose?
Well, no. Once you get the boxes up and then they're hanging down to Earth,
I need a visual.
then you
on
can go
this.
up.
What?
So think about it more sort
How
of
do
like
the boxes get up?
hanging. So more like dropping a string with a pendulum at the bottom and
Yeah.
hanging it on Earth.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And kind of like containing it so it doesn't move that much.
Yeah.
Rather than stacking shit up and hoping it doesn't fall
But
over.
how did you get all this stuff up there to hang the pendulum in the
we can
first
put
place?
stuff in space. First off, you're not just going to be like, I mean, just think of like giant cranes that are like 20,000 feet in the air and they're just putting shit up there. Anyway, it's weird. Space elevator.
My brain hurts.
Space
I'm
elevator.
tired.
All right, that's it. That's
think
it.
I
Yeah,
stopped.
we're going to bed. We're going to bed.
Nap time.
That is
in
it.
Naptown, Indianapolis.
Indian nap town. Well, that is it for this week's edition of the Half Hour Happy Hour.
Thank
1000 Hours.
God.
We ended it with a great dip into science, and then we fell
ruined
into
it.
into a giant sewer of knowledge,
Aw.
and we came out with no jewels,
And we didn't get eaten by
Covered in
bears.
crap, right?
covered in crap. All right, people, that's it for this week's edition. I'm Alex Albrecht.
I'm Alison Haislip.
That's Tom Krajewski.
That's me.
Tom,
Go,
Tom, you've been here the whole time?
What?
go eat carrots.
Yeah, go eat your carrots.
Carrots.